Beautiful. I hope I find you well wherever you are in Zimbabwe. My name is Prosper, the comic pastor, and the program is Building Zimbabwe in 2020. And today I'm privileged to have on my left Mr. Mungoshi Charles Jr. Yes, you can say Mungoshi Jr. Charles, whatever you feel like. And then to my far right, I've got Mr. Shekede, a young person in Zimbabwe, and he's also a quantity surveyor by profession. And then to my right, I've got Mr. Tafumane, a project coordinator with one of Zimbabwe's finest construction company, which is also our sponsor on the program. But I'm happy to have you gentlemen in the program. Welcome to the program.
Thank you, sir.
Beautiful. 2020, makorokote korecho. Makapinda zvakanaka ere kana makapoya. Beautiful. Kune message iri kutenderera iri kuti vanhu ngatisimbe nemuriwo nemapotatoes. Ameno makatenga ere mapotatoes ekudya mugore rino because ndo zvinongotaura kuti vanhu ngavasimbe nemuriwo kwete kuwanza nyama. John Charles makatenga makatenga mapotatoes. Beautiful. So we're talking about building Zimbabwe. Not just building houses, we're talking about building individuals, we're talking about building yourself as an individual, building companies, we're talking about your mind. So today, the panelists are going to be answering our questions, and we would like to say a big thank you to our sponsors, Bamlo Construction. So I'll start with you, Mr. Mungoshi. 2020, what are the plans for 2020? Where are we going and what's there?
For 2020, personally, I think that my focus is to help people change their mentality, change their mindset. Because you see, you notice that we're living in a very difficult time in Zimbabwe, in the world over. The economy is really dwindling, and so much negativity is in the airspace. So my purpose, personally, is to help create a mind of positivity. Because
how does one change from being a negative person to start being positive?
Generally it starts with one person. Okay. Because what happens in life is that what we see today is something that starts from the inside.
All right.
The first thing to do, I think, in Zimbabwe is to stop complaining. Complaining. You get into a combi, you know, and you're just sitting there. But you know what? Before this challenge,
it's a reality. Considering Mabasa and other things, but
what I'm trying to say is the reality that is there can be changed by the way we think.
Okay.
And the more we speak positively.
So it's a manifestation of what you've been keeping inside.
Yes.
Okay, anger. Driver. You've never seen people admit that road rage.
Yeah.
We were driving this other day and we saw Pahamba achitenesa mota achita U-turn. Shouting some bad words that ngataure program. Ndakabvunza why? Fight police is involved. So you say it has to be in the mind. Beautiful. Mr. Shegede, you're a young person living in Zimbabwe. What are you thinking? What are you saying? What should be done? Economy what should we do as young people?
Personally, I think as young people, we should focus on building our careers. If you are doing something, let's say you are an entrepreneur, give it time, build yourself and focusing on one thing. There is no need for you to change from time to time. So personally, as a young person, in your 20s, you should focus on building your career so that you build yourself for tomorrow.
What does it take for one to be a quantity surveyor? What does it take? Mathematics is one thing needed. Okay, I probably okay. What else is needed for one to be a quantity surveyor?
All right. Let's say in terms of career guidance, for one to become a quantity surveyor, you need to be mathematically qualified for the first time.
Okay.
First thing is you need to have 5 O-levels, including Maths and English. Then institutes like all the polytechnical colleges around Zimbabwe, including universities, for example, NAST University in Bulawayo. So you just need to apply. Don't just sit home saying,
but do you think, I'm just taking you somewhere where you were not planning. Do you think the education system in Zimbabwe is building people that can be who they want to be in life? Starting from primary, going to secondary, then tertiary.
I think the system has got everything that young people need. You just have to innovate yourself and change the way you think so that you go ahead and focus on career building.
Beautiful. Then we've got the old men. The market of senior citizens. Looking at Zimbabwe, we're now in 2020. The past 20 years, I would say the past 30 years, has there been development? Has there been change? Has there been a positive thing that we can say, okay, we as a nation, this has happened?
Well, we've experienced a lot of change, positive and negative. But most importantly, we have learned through the years and we've developed as individuals, especially if you look at businesses, indigenous-owned businesses, individuals from the colonial era to
where we are
now. There has been a lot of change. We just have to look within ourselves and focus on what exactly
what you were saying. Everything starts from within.
What you want to achieve.
True.
And draw from the previous experiences, then develop your strategies going forward. I think if we all do that as a nation, we've got a bright future to look forward to.
Okay, but we lived in different ages. You have seen the 90s. You were there. You enjoyed. What needs to be done? Not with the government, because when I talk about the government, it's a lot of people who have worked. What needs to be done by fathers? You could have missed it somewhere. You wakachipota 1990. Wait a second,
it's never too late. That's one thing for certain. And different people reach their self-actualization at different levels.
Okay.
You simply have to remain focused and do what you do.
I think I will tell you mageto ilese takuti kana chalatenga mota inini ndotoitengawo take that imbozvi zvataurwa nacomrade vakati tanga wazvibuilda zvivake, and the program is building Zimbabwe 2020. Saka masoko muri kuzvinzwa, take time, build yourself, and all the challenges we're facing start from within. Serious. Let's take a short break and we'll come back. We are back again with the program Building Zimbabwe in 2020, and I'm still with my panelists, Mr. Mungoshi Charles. Don't call him senior, he's the junior. Mr. Mungoshi and Mr. Tafumane, and then we also have got Mr. Shekere, a young person living in Zimbabwe. And the program is there to look at how we can build our nation. Besides Poland, besides dialogue, to discuss the politics. Politics is another thing. But we as individuals, we have got a way of building our nation, and that's what we're looking at. And not just building houses. Instead, Pamlo is our sponsor. Yes, they build houses, but the program is not there to just build houses. We're there to build individuals. But let's look at our challenges that we're facing as young people. If I talk about them in a skit, sometimes someone will misquote it as a political skit, but you are there. What challenges are you really facing? And I'm not going to let you talk about drugs. We now know. Yes, young people, drugs, toriro. It's a challenge on its own. But other challenges, economic challenges, what are you facing as young people?
I think the challenges that we are facing as young people is, first of all, let me talk about career guidance. The reason why the other guys were also trauma drugs and everything, maybe they were misguided in terms of career. So I think as young people, as young individuals, we need to follow people that motivate us and that build us into the right direction, so that we help each other in building Zimbabwe. So that is one of the challenges that we are facing. The other challenge that we are facing as young people is bad influence. Bad influence is coming from different directions. We can talk of social media.
tiri kuti ukatamba nevanhu vemutoriro uri likely kupedzera wamwe nemutoriro.
Exactly.
But those are my crew kan ndimo vanhu ndendakura nawo challenge pabridge tingosasa tichimboita madhiri edu ese toita sei, because also you talked about career guidance. Tell you the truth, no one knew that I'll be a comedian. Not even maybe they knew, but no one told me you can be a comedian and live out of comedy. But who is responsible in telling people kuti izvi ndo zvako iwewe you are a quantity surveyor ndara ndi project coordinator uyu ndi public speaker, and who is responsible?
I think we are responsible as young people to each other. Let's influence each other good things.
Okay.
So that we help each other build a brighter future tomorrow.
Point. But yeah, zvakangoma chale uri kuziva upenyu hausinyori. Okay, I'll go to Mr. Tafumane before I come to you. Mr. Tafumane, economy yaramba ichingoti ikamboshuta yobodzika. Inenge BP yechemberi. Pa! Wongonzora nhasi yakadzika, mangwana yakakwira. Inenge shuga. Vanhu vane shuga vanonzi nhasi yakakwira, nhasi yakadai. Then we have people that had plans. Mwanga mune plan yekuvaka imba, ukaenda kunana Zimbabwe unongosvika imba yakasiyiwa iri pawindow level, imwe iri paslab, imwe iri pafoundation. Ukaendawo unosvikawo pane mumwe anga akaplana kutenga Benz, angosara nekanhu keperfume kaya. People are bouting projects, whatever project. Mumwe akafunga kuita huku, akavaka zvikwere, akangosiyira ipapo. Why and what can be done?
I think most projects have suffered due to the economic challenges that we've already highlighted. But then I want to take a more positive attitude, whereby I identify actually those projects that are moving on. If you move around Harare, you will see projects that are stagnant.
Yeah, true.
But I'm sure you can attest to the fact that you also see flourishing projects.
You're talking right, because you go to a place like Longcheng, they did a new wing which I've seen completed. But then you look at Joiner City, the years it took for Joiner City to be complete. We have people like that. Voita say, Fungwa ziripo, Nigere ziripo, what should I do?
It's unfortunate that we have a number of projects that actually mismanaged and so on. But my point is, the very
who does mismanagement? Is it the owner of the project? Is it the person who runs? Who is there to mismanage?
It's at different levels. But if we were to address the people in our country and give each other help, it's up to the individual to manage his personal project, his personal progress. You are only accountable to your own
project yakatanga bobo chikoro chichiri kubhadharwa neRTG mwana ari body wozongomuka pakusina unzwa headmaster achitofona ngiri Mr. kuno tazongoona kuti muwedzere 30 US pamwana ka imi mune 4 varipo zvatodivheta 30 yanga ichifanira kutenga simendi 30 yanga ichifanira kuisa mavhiri emota yatochirungu chehu todii.
Yeah, that's true.
Kunongomuka chimwe and we all go through a lot of things. Unongomuka makuseni gumbo rakazvimba wavisita doctor wotozwa kuti pari kuda.
Unfortunately, that's the environment that we find ourselves in. Yes. And that environment has been changing continuously. If you look back in the past 30 years, I think we have experienced all those things, and they've always happened. If we're going to bury our heads in the sand and say we've got economic challenges, surely your project is not going to move on. And
Saka vanoenda handei vanosara hanzi mhanyira pamwe rwendo rwemujecha. I'm still with the men. When I give this person a platform and me, without Mr. Tafumane program, I can't compare. Right. Tirukuti Maria chinja. The economy has been changing from Pula to Rand, from a bank. and the multi-currency basket tikaibvisa tikaisplita tikati aiwa tangoda ma-US chete maranda ashandi tikaisplit. Do you know chale kuti macoin emaranda ukangocrossa bed bridge apa kuno kutoti kuendere randa bridge and yeah, there are those guys that have just said we want that. Yes. So what's the economy yachinja iri kumbobva kurandi yaenda kuUS yaenda kupula tadzokera zvekare kwaarati just akubondi iri meko keshimari yangu ndoita sei dungamunhu.
Well, I'd like to start with saying Solomon akataura kuti there's nothing new under the sun.
Wakaenda kubhaibheri mai.
There's nothing new under the sun. And he that observes the wind will not what? Will not sow. So if you give your life in the hands of the politics or the economy of the nation, you've messed up. You have lost it. Because you see, what creates reality in a person's life is hope. And hope starts from inside. I mean, yes, we go through stressful situations and stressful times because you probably had 1,000 and then it has changed, there's no value again and all of that. These are things that were supposed to happen. I mean, we shall face trials and tribulations. So these challenges are there to equip us for the future. If you're not, like you said, if we bury our hands in the sand and say, good, no, this is because of the situation in the country, then I'm not going to move forward. Then what I'm trying to say is, no, listen, let's look at it this way. There's a certain man, he said that, you see, you keep complaining about the challenges that we're facing, there's no fuel in the nation. And Mr. Chapmani is always really diverted from the negative aspect of what is happening in the situation in the nation right now to the positive, because this is what will create a better future for a person. Kana mari yakachinja yakasachinja ombonoti pane panga pakanzi takushandisa arati pakapinda arati Jesu nyangwe munhu angasina bank account aitotaura mari dzadzvanya muzasoka arati Jesu achinatenderera apanda before that angasina kana cent.
Yeah,
so it's just become a pool of complainers, which we're
so if you are broke in the US era, and you will still be broke in the.
He rightfully said that just keep doing what you're doing, keep working, keep pushing. He says in all labor there's what? There's profit.
Beautiful.
So if you work, you make profit.
Let me just take a big time to say thank you to Bamlo Construction. We're not building Zimbabwe ndataura ndikati hatisongonovaka zvikoro chete tiri kuvaka munhu individual. So Bamlo Constructions, I would like to say a big thank you to you. We just take a short break and look at some of the projects that we've done as Bamlo, and when we come back we're looking into 2020. What should we do? How are we moving forward?
Welcome to Bamlo Construction, where your happiness is our pride. We boast of a highly skilled and professional workforce, and this is your one-stop shop for all your construction needs.
I say welcome to the third and final segment of our program, Building Zimbabwe, where we're saying 2020, this nation needs to be on its proper foundation, real foundation, yayo yekudara, which is known by the world. Zimbabwe, there is a country called Zimbabwe, and you know, I just feel so proud about being Zimbabwean. Kune chimwe chinhu chokuti ndinofunga kuti mawarriors chaiva ndambabona hapane kudyiwa when you just think that I am from Zimbabwe. Nyange uchimhanya waneta so when you say I am from Zimbabwe, there should be something that
energizes you.
Yes, that gives you that ignite. And we're saying we're building this country 2020. That's the plan. But I'm looking at you, Chale, coming from Bamlo. How have you managed to handle people from diverse backgrounds? King, munovakira makaranga, munovakira vanasamanyika, munovakira people from all walks of life. How have you managed? People have got emotions. How are you handling it?
Yeah, it's not an easy road. It's very, very tough. It's dealing with people from different backgrounds. People have different emotions. People deal, especially when there's money involved. So, as Bamlo, we have really flexible contracts. Because you know what the matter is, your happiness is our pride. That is our statement. That's what we believe in. Because it's going to
utaure navo mesamarembere ndinemba yari kufanira kuvakwa nebamwe vari kuziva stand iripo kungona wemboti kupotsana but imba yari kufanira kuita vanhu vatende because kune vanhu vakaita sana Thomas webhaibheri vanotenda vaita vabata mavanhu saka kune vanhu vanotenda vanosingatenda kuti bhamulo yacho inovaka here kana ndezvemaadvhesi acomic pastor saka imba yangu inofanira kumboita
but vanogona futi they can go on our website, they can go
website muno muZimbabwe vanhu havanyatsoziva asi vakati comic pastor imba yavo iita hendo izvozvo
zvanzwikwa. So mimi manje comic pastor sizomune imba yenyu stand manayo anditika isusu hatikuti tongokuvakirai togona kukuvakirai but tinoita make it easier for you kuti mukwanise kunebagamba menyu because mukwanise kuzobhadhira tatase takagadzira facility kuti muvake tatobata so masocial responsibilities.
Pandinoidira iyoyo chane ndepekuti hausi kubhadhara chinhu chausati wanacho and ndo mentality yandinayo nini ndinofarira kunzi flash racho ndeiri flash renyu ndeiri comic pastor chibhadharai kwete kuti
but manje mukuona manje ndo pane patambotaura kuti how do you deal with people with diverse backgrounds because tine vamwe tavavakira yapanguva
yekubhadhara machallenges and how do you deal with that?
So that's when we go back to our contract. Because you see, there's certain clauses in our contract that protect us also. That's the reason why in Bamlo we don't just say verbally it's Bamlo construction. We sit together, we agree, we have a contract, we sign the contract.
You know the professionalism. Especially for art.
Africa.
Arts. FC Brega Mari $100 Muruere Mswanaide and phone 9 you don't want to come back.
250.
It's said. So there's that need for a contract.
Yeah. So we work like that because we also need to protect ourselves and the client's interests.
Beautiful.
Because our contracts are not just based on us taking. Because when wavakirwa mashaki tazotorwa zvinhu nona because tine vanhu vanemati vakazondidai vakadai zvakawanda
we're
doing our level best to
try kupinza mota ari kupinza mota ndikachiona akanaka iri nyama ari kuitanga kudriva taura mugwenje wandakaonzera. That's how it is. So sometimes there is always need for that. I'll end with Mr. Fumane. What do I need to know? Semuna arikuda kuvaka ndoita sei kuti imba yangu inzi ndakuziva mumaindi mangu kuti imba inovakika.
First of all, thinking regarding kuti ndei makatenga stand. So you need to have a stand. After getting a stand, more dress a plan. It's very professional. Plan it needs to be approved to council because the contract you talk sign is it needs to be illegal. So plan needs to be approved to council.
Okay.
Then it's also said.
kunonzi kuumba
kumaruzevha kungodaidza builders
ungoisanga kuleya pane zvinoda zvakarongeka.
So isusu as a company tokugadzira, we prepare you the bills of quantities ine a breakdown kuti pasubstructure panodiwa mari yakati hatingokutemeni zifigure kuti akomeki pasa toda 50,000 toda 100,000 then imi motanga kukrikika musoro kuti 100,000 how did they come up with ni mari. So we give you a breakdown kuti pasubstructure panodiwa mari yakati, superstructure panodiwa mari yakati, roofing, painting and everything up to completion. Then you talk about that figure as a total. Then maybe you can decide whether it's flexible. Kana mukadoti rikaiti mbotangane box mombodzoka momboita mahaso tienda pane other stage as we go. That's what we do.
Ndo zvinoda munhu anda kungogara aipiwa briefing kuti pati kubva kuti kuenda kuti kubva. Mr. Fumane, where do we find pamwe maakupi akandongoziva muchibva kushava neuko makaya muHarare Greendale mango kusvika vanenge kuHarare.
Yeah, we've walked a very interesting road. Like you are saying, it has to be sharp at one time.
That's why I know.
Not to sharp. Mount
Belief.
That's 2011 way back. We've moved mountains from that background. But fast forward to 2020. Here we are, we've got offices here in Harare, in the posh suburb of Greendale. Can you believe it?
Yeah, I do believe it because I've been there.
Thank you. But guess what? We are not stopping. We have moved the road where we've discovered our services are just required all over the world.
All over the world, yeah.
All over the world. So this year, I'm happy to tell you that we'll be moving into South Africa.
Moving into SA. I wanted to go to diaspora, but before I get to diaspora, I want to know in Zimbabwe, where do we find you? Where else are you?
Oh, okay. In terms of what we have done in Zimbabwe.
Yes.
Lovely. We have generally been in every part of the country. I've personally walked the mountains of Mutare. To build, and we've left structures there. We've been in Togo. We've been in the most remote parts of the country that we can think of.
I came sometime last year, and we were still doing a project by Croy. Is that project finished?
That one is done and dusted.
How many projects have we done? Have we completed this year? In 2019.
Oh, there are quite a number. I can't put an exact figure there, but I can tell you on average from every town, we're not looking at less than 5 houses, 5 projects in every town.
Done by Bam.
Yes.
Beautiful. Tichiroane square.
Oh, I think he had already put some highlights on that. I wanted to actually take my time to take you through that process for the benefit of the end.
Go ahead.
Okay. I'm sure we've always drawn about giving credit. But we've gone a step further. We've said, look, while we are giving credit, we're finding our customers still struggling to raise the deposits that we're talking about. So what did we decide to do? We decided to lessen the burden and offer an even better facility, whereby instead of raising a huge amount of deposit, we're saying, let's talk. We'll break down your project into manageable stages. Each stage having a much lower deposit and the balance payable on completion. More to that, we actually come up with a better offer than that, whereby we look at what balance you're left with and say how best can you liquidate it. As long as you've given us our 50% and we've started the project, we complete it. While the obligation normally is for you to liquidate the balance, which is the 50%, we're saying, look, we have always been considerate. We've always looked at how individual customers can actually liquidate their debts. Come, let's talk and see how we best arrange your payment.
Mr. Tafmani, but in short, what for diaspora? What are we planning for diaspora as we come down?
Sorry, I meant to talk about
That's
Komiri, Kenyans.
Yes.
I talked about our neighbors.
Yes.
We are moving into UK.
Uh-huh.
We've got concrete plans to establish an office. We want our customers to be closer to us.
Yes.
We want to have an office where they can
Where
walk
they can,
in.
yes, put in
and
their
have
challenges, and
physical touch.
then he will be dealing with the challenges at their end.
So we really we think this year our offices will be up and running in UK.
Ah, beautiful. And South Africa, we talked about it. We almost done.
And I can promise you we'll continue to be looking for opportunities where our customers are. Our intention is to be there physically.
Beautiful. There is only one company in Zimbabwe that can give you that credit facility in building, and you know it's Bamlo Construction. Akuna vamwe, akukusanyeperwe, comic pastor Ndinda Tower. And to thank my panelists, Chalem Goshi, Mr. Shegede, and Mr. Fumane, guys, thank you so much for coming to the program, Building Zimbabwe. We'll be doing this probably monthly as we just look at where we are in the nation, seeing the progress, and where we're going. As young people, as old people, we have a mandate, not to politicians. Thank you guys for coming to the program.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome, guys. Thank you.
Welcome to Bamlo Construction, where your happiness is our pride. We boast of a highly skilled and professional workforce, and this is your one-stop shop for all your construction needs.